Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel and Superman Crypto, live streaming to two channels, of course, and heading up towards that 9,700 subscriber numbers. So big welcome to you. And what day is it? It is the 1st of September here down under. Yes, we're already in September. If you're in Australia, New Zealand, all the Pacific Islands, you are in on the 1st of September, basically. And it is a Friday. It is 11:36 a.m. in the morning, and outside it is sunny and warm. And of course, this is the first day. Is it, autumn or spring? I don't know. But it's we've finished winter. Winter is over. It's officially over, at least by the calendar. It's officially over. But we've actually had quite a few sunny days ending the winter, which has been crazy good, crazy good. So there we are. Is it spring? Is it spring? Do we spring into summer, or is it autumn? It must be autumn before winter, right? So I think I got the orders right there. Let me know as well. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hey, we've got SKB in the house. Fill my bags with for the Trump pump. Says SKB 20 months. And now SKB is the longest member as well of the channel. So a big shout out SKB making an arrival in today like a boss man as well. So very cool. Let's highlight that. There we are. Look at that. Bam. That's showing up there. Fill my bags for the Trump pump. And that's 20 months. SKB is the longest member, followed very quickly, I might add, by Brian and a few others. So maybe Sandy Beach too. So a big shout out there to SKB. Fill my bags for the Trump pump, 20 months membership. Wow, that's amazing. So appreciate the support, SKB. Very cool. What a way to start the show today. What a way to start the show. Sunny day and SKB in the house. Let's go in it. We got Life Beneath the Truth is here. How are you today? Very good, obviously. And I did day 40 on my walk yesterday. Day 40 out of 300. And so I guess it's day 41 today, right? Day 41. So consistency is the key. And of course, hello all, Hex, EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and the Center for the Win, 100%. We're going to talk all about that today. We got brownies in house. Yay, I'm homesick. Oh, that's a bit sad. Time to enjoy all the streams, though. Hopefully that lifts your spirits a bit there. And let's go. Let's smash that thumbs up button. Absolutely brownie, and get well soon. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Sandy Beach. Hello, Hex Token and everybody. Good to see you, Sandy, as always. Francis as well is over on Superman Crypto channel. Hello, Superman. And it's good to see you, Francis. Adam's in house there, ready to rock. Something like that. And we got Brian as well in the house there. Good to see you, Brian. And is it Brian's birthday again today? I'm not sure. It's been Brian's birthday several days in a row, but hopefully it's maybe Brian's birthday is finished. Although Brian, I think you said yesterday that your birthday was today, Brian. So that might be true too. Good to see Hex Hog in the house. Who else has jumped in here? We've got Ivor as well. Good morning, all. Not a cloud in the sky here in Brisbane. Weather is good. PLSX entry prices are good. Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like the weather's pretty similar across the Tasman there, Australia, New Zealand. Looks like it's sunny down under. And of course, Ivor's in house there. Woo, with the thumbs up. Definitely smash the thumbs up. We've got Hex Space Diamond in house. Hey, gang. Hex Space Diamond in our community, of course. And we're going to be talking about his collections. He's got at least 2 collections, I believe. And a lot of NFTs use 721 contracts, but he's got a collection for Hex Space Diamond with 1155 contracts on chain too. So potentially the first on chain. Is that right? Hex Space Diamond, first on chain there collection. So let us know in the chat there. Archie's in the house there. Hi, all good to see Archie. Now we're going to be talking about TYRH because they had an issue with their staking contract and they're having to look at a solution for the TYRH protocol. So this was our top GameFi project. So we're going to talk more about that later. That is a topic I have got on. I haven't put in the title of the video, but we will be talking about TYRH coming up. And a big shout out to Archie. If you want to get the full details, join our Discord and get onto the Pulsechain project chat, and you will be able to see all the posts that Archie has been putting on there as the updates come through from the TRH and Jacob's team. So we're going to talk about that soon too. We've got Bob as well. Hello, everybody. Good to see Bob. Wookie is in house as well. Wookie feels some movement in the force. Nice one, Wookie. We could do with some movement in the force, that's for sure. Godfather's in the house there. Good to see Godfather. Loving all those emojis too. Looking lit. We've got UFOs landed as well. Welcome to the Twilight Zone, where you are not safe. Good Friday to you, Superman. Good Friday to me as well. Good to see you, UFO. And of course, what else there? Bob Wells says, I hope Jacob can figure out his staking contract. I'm sure it'll be fine. He is probably our top dev in the whole Pulsechain community, arguably. Certainly right up there. So I'm sure he'll get sorted as well. Hey, mistakes can be made. It's just the way it goes sometimes. At least they can fix it, right? So that's the difference. When you get into a project and they can't fix it, then you're in trouble. But of course, Jacob is a wizard, and I'm sure he'll have it all sorted out. Coffee just did a good video about different farms. What farms? Let us know what farms you're talking about there. Might check that video out later. Paul O'Shea's in house there. Hello, all. Good to see you, Paul. We've got Charity Dunning in house as well. Howdy, all. Good to see you, Charity. Is this your spring? I'm not sure. I think it is spring. Is it spring? Someone let me know. I've always been bad with the seasons. Like between summer and winter, I always get the autumn and spring mixed up. So you're asking the wrong person, that's for sure. But I think it might be spring. We spring into summer. Is that how it works? Joey Tours in the house as well. Hi, all. Good to see you, Joey. Let's see what else. We've got Lal as well. Lal, hey. Hello, all. Good to see you, Lal. Ivor, I'm not sure why you couldn't see SKB's message, but presumably it showed up on the screen there. We got Crypto Girl in the house. Hey, Crypto Girl, I should say. Excited to hear the stream. Hey, thanks so much. Hey, is that who I think it is? I think I seen an emoji out of you the other day using Dancing with the Hex t-shirt. I think so. That might be Crypto Girl. What else? We've got Hexcavator in house as well. Happy birthday, Brian. Come on, bro. Paul Bryan's had a birthday every single day. You guys just can't leave him alone. All right, let's see. I love birthdays. So next year is a birthday. Next year, guys, is Sandy Beach's birthday. Awesome. Yep, Pulse On-Chain is the first Pulsechain On-Chain collection. Pulse On-Chain. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Hex-Space Diamond. We got Christian as well in the house. Good to see Christian. Harry Williams. Yo. I think we're almost up to date, are we? I think we are. Turin INC. Yes, good to see you as well. And Bob says, I'm not sure you can fix the 55% of your stake tokens being burned. Well, often what you will do is that you could do some sort of compensation. Is probably what the best outcome will be. So we will see. TYRH rugged, not rugged by anybody, but the team themselves. So we're going to talk about that coming up there. So don't worry about that. All right, let's get into it, folks. Let's get into the live stream. And of course, where am I going now? I'm not going that way. Let's go into the updates. Bam, there we go. Let's move away and let's get into the right order here. Bam, there we are. So stock market today, 4 days winning streak. It was kind of mixed results today. We've got the Dow Jones was down 0.5%, S&P down a little bit there, and NASDAQ basically flat, just up slightly on the NASDAQ. But they're all holding up pretty amazing. NASDAQ at 14,000, 4,500 in the S&P, and almost 35,000 on Dow Jones. So pretty impressive. They will want to reach new all-time highs rather than a double top on those as well. So we'll be looking out for that to see if that happens, because that would be more bullish for the market, I think, if it moves to a new all-time high. Fed pauses hopes still alive amid inline inflation, hot consumer spending data. I don't know who writes this for investing.com, but you guys need a new writer. Are they all on strike, like Hollywood writers? They're all on strike. The core personal consumption expenditure price index, the CPE there, the Fed's preferred gauge of inflation, rose 0.2% in July, in line with prior month's pace and economists' expectations. So in line is good. Beating expectations would have been better if it was lower, but we didn't get that. But consumer spending rose 0.8% in July, the fastest pace in more than 6 months, perpetuating the notion of a resilient consumer. And despite the strong consumer data and still above trend inflation, just 12% of traders expect the Fed to deliver a 12th rate hike on September the 20th. So not very many people. Looks like hopefully we'll get the terminal rate as well. So let's quickly go to that. Before we do that, though, let's have a quick look at the commodities. We've got oil around $83 to $86, so pretty similar to what we've seen lately. And gold there's 1966, up a little bit. But that's pretty much it on those. Let's go to the Federal Reserve, the Fed rate monitor, I should say. We've got 2 weeks, folks, 2 weeks and just under 6 days to go until the next Federal Reserve rate rise, or rate review, I should say. And we're at 88% think that there's going to be no change. So we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that at the moment. Let's look what November looks like. 57% says no change. So hopefully we'll get no change. And we've had the terminal rate. That's what we're after. And that's pretty much it. So kind of cool. That's the stock market. That leads us into crypto, of course. BTC at the moment, man, oh man, couldn't hold on to its 27,000 rally. We're back down. Not only are we back down 26K, but we're just gone under it at 25,973, down 4.8%. And then ETH there down 1646 as well, down 3.4% as well. So that there will, I guess, be on doing what the same thing as the stock market, but more aggressive. This is the way it goes at the moment. Just having a look at some of these things here. Obviously, we've had quite a few victories against the SEC being called out, directly or indirectly with Grayscale and indirectly through Uniswap and things like that. So there are some wins for crypto, but of course, everyone's waiting for that spot ETF potentially early next year. And of course, the halving was at 230 days or so from here where we are now. And but we may have Ethereum with its proto-dank sharding coming out this year. So we'll see how we get on with that. That may be the only news for this year, apart from some rumors about a spot ETF for Bitcoin. We will see. All right, so that's pretty much it. We see that Solana's down quite hard, 5.5% there at $19.75. What else is going on there? A BNB is up down 3%. XRP is down 3%. So all pretty much down 3 to 4% there amongst the leaders. What's Uniswap down quite a bit there too? That's down 6% on Uniswap, $4.36. You guys remember in the bull market when it was up at like $25, $26, and all the Hexicans got their uni drop? Man, remember the Hexican community made Uniswap. Richard Hart made Uniswap with his leadership, and of course, there are rumors apparently of them bringing back Hex, but I haven't seen anything on that yet. Let me know if Uniswap has done that. Obviously, they try to gatekeep us. They try to gatekeep us. These guys. So much for full DeFi. We are DeFi, right? Pulsechain's DeFi. Hex is DeFi. We are decentralized, and we don't block people. We don't block crypto. I mean, that's not what it's all about. It's about being the community and being free. So that's how we rock and roll. And we're going to be the leaders. As I always say, Pulsechain is the people's chain, and we're going to be leading DeFi. That's what's going to happen. We've got all the developers to do it, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. Get on board. All right, so that is crypto at the moment. That leads us into Pulsechain, Pulse gains. And at the moment, we've got a little bit of pullback after having our nice 4 or 5 day rally. We got Pulse there at the moment at quadruple 0381, down 4.4%. It is basically at 38% of the sacrifice price. Let's go check in to see how that price is going. We've got quadruple 03800. So we're just below the support line there that we wanted. Remember the 4,000? They've been really good, but whenever we get a support line, we know it's going to go slightly below. So I guess we're still in that territory around 3,800. So not too bad at the moment, and we're still above this angular support now. So as long as we don't really float too much further down, we're in good stead. We want to create a new structure in the chart and get rid of this SEC downtrend, right? That's what we're trying to do at the moment. We're in the progress of doing that at the moment. Hopefully, rather than creating a new low, we don't want to create a new low. We want to try and create some either sideways action or upward action up to here. And our next target would be 5,000 if we're going to do that, right? So that's kind of, we want to zigzag our way up to 5,000. Would be ideal. We're still going to need the volume to come in. So we need bigger volume candles to come in. A nice big volume candle maybe over the weekend would be pretty nice. Let's see how we get on over the weekend. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0106, down 5%, and that is only 10.6% of sacrifice price. Unbelievable deal at the moment. And of course, one Pulse gets you 3.58 PulseX. So Pulse being the stronger of the two. And of course, we know that PulseX, the buy and burn, as far as I know, I haven't checked, but we're still on testnet to be unleashed on the buy and burn. So we're waiting for that at the moment too. So that's the big news that will come out. They'll probably be bullish for PulseX when that gets put back. Haven't checked, but I don't think that's out yet at all. Looking at the numbers, doesn't appear to be either. But let's have a look at Incentive Token. Incentive Token at $1.15 is down 6%. That is at 30,376 pulse at the moment per Incentive Token, and there's 9.6 million incentive tokens in existence, with 58K was burned through the TRH protocol so far, which has had an issue. So we're going to talk about that in a minute too. Let's go to the Pulse X price. You can see here on the hourly, that's what it's looking like on the hourly. We had a nice little rise all the way up to 001317. Sorry, it's the 4-hourly chart. And then we've just come back down here at the moment to 1060, almost back to where we had support at 1000, right? So let's have a look at the daily on that one. That is the daily chart. Looking a bit like Pulse, but a bit more aggressive. Pulse is looking a bit better at 3,800. I'm happy with where that is, as long as it doesn't really go much lower. And now the incentive token there is at $1.15. So we're going to switch over to the ratio, and we can see that it is at all-time low. So it's actually a new low, all-time low on the ratio. Not surprising. It is being emitted by the PulseX yield farms, and we're at 30,362. That is where we're at the moment. Maybe single-side staking, if it does come out, will help to spur that back up again. We will see. Or an in-mile solution. Maybe an in-mile solution comes out. Who knows? We just don't know. But that could happen. Let us get back into the PHEX. PHEX, of course, Hex has been the, particularly PHEX has been the star performer. It is up, it's at 0083. It is down 6.76% at the moment. So it is up, been up the most, but it is actually down the most today. And of course, the EHEX is at 0037. So that's broken back down as well. One PHEX will get you 1.22 EHEX, and one PHEX will get you 218 Pulse at the moment, which is down quite a bit from yesterday, but still at pretty high levels, which is pretty cool. The combined price of EHEX and PHEX is 1.2 cents, and not bad at all. I'm actually pretty happy with that, being about 1.2 cents combined. Let's go to PHEX. This is the hourly chart for PHEX. So we've just been zigzagging sideways. I like sideways formations better than I do downward formations, unless you're accumulating at that particular time. But I think we've had a good period of accumulation. It's time to get some structure back in as we lead into the big protocols launching in September, which we are now in, 1st September here. So looking forward to that. So nice little structure here building for PHEX, looking like the strong one here. So is the PHEX the one going to lead us out of the SEC a downtrend? We will see. At the moment, 0083. Now you got to remember that XRP, when it had its core issues in the 2020, when the bull market came, it ignored it and it rallied. Okay, so just let you know that it rallied as well. Obviously, past experience is not always future experience, but history rhymes, as they say. So at the moment, this is where we are at 0083 on the PHEX, which is looking pretty good, I think. Let's have a look at the daily. That's the daily chart there. Actually looking even stronger than Pulse there, right? So I think that's looking pretty good. All right, let's jump over to EHEX. EHEX is obviously still a bit weaker. It's like it's just the way it is at the moment, 4 hours on the weekend there, and we're just under 0.4 of a penny. That is the daily on the old PHEX there, so just slightly weaker than PHEX, sorry. So let's have a look at combined price. This is on the 15-minute chart. We can see that we're all the way up here at 1.54 cents, which I thought was pretty awesome. Starting to get us back to where we belong, up and away, of course. And at the moment, we're at 1.2 cents, which I'm happy with that at this stage as well. But hopefully, we're building a foundation on this PHEX price. Look at that PHEX price. Hopefully, we're building a foundation there to move up. We're still in the top half of the Bollinger Bands at the 50% mark. And if we get a bit of volume in here, it's up and away with a nice little uptrend. Maybe get us back into the 2-3 cent range would be pretty cool. Slow and steady is what the wins race, and slow is fast. I heard someone say that. Who said that? Was that you, Archie? I think that was. All right. That is pretty much it on the charts. Let's go to the validators, and the validators are looking good at 39,563. We've got one person entering in there at the moment, and up and away. That is heading towards 40,000. And of course, Richard Hart was talking about 40,000 when they redid the tokenomics. And looking good there. We're at 1.27 trillion pulses off the market that cannot be sold at the moment. Looking really, really good. And of course, picking up validators at the current price of Pulse is pretty attractive. The gas prices at the moment, we're doing very well. We're at 0.5% for a PulseX swap. We're at 4/400ths of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 1/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. And of course, we're almost 1,300 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment, 1,160 times cheaper than Bitcoin. Now, if you've been over to Ethereum and you've been trying to do stuff, It's expensive, man. After you've been on Pulsechain, it's really expensive. You get over there and go, oh my gosh, really? And so, yeah, it's like crazy, man. Yeah, once you've been playing on Pulsechain a lot, you go back to Ethereum and you'll be like, ouch, 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 ouch. You're paying your lunch. You're paying your lunch every time you go to the transaction. You're paying for lunch, and then you're paying for breakfast. You might have 5 lunches if you're doing a lot of transactions on Ethereum. You might be having 5 lunches a day. Whereas over on Pulsechain, it might be just like putting a couple of cents in the old kids' money box, something like that. So it's very cheap on Pulsechain, and of course faster as well. That is pretty much it on the headlines. Let's jump over to the other categories. That's the Richard Hart Golden Standard of Crypto. And of course, we're going to get into the price discoveries for the top PRC20s. We're going to look at the top memes. We're going to look at the Pulsechain projects and get into the project updates that are on today's live stream. So we'll get into all that. Before we do, though, let's catch up in the chat there and see who else has jumped in here. I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see that? Does it show up? I'm pretty sure that shows up. That's SKB, 20-month member, the longest member so far on the channel. So big shout out to SKB, at least on Hex Token channel. So cool. Who else has jumped in here? Yeah, let's jump into that. We got Ramon in house there. What's up, family? Good to see you, Ramon. And Crypty Girl says, I do have Hex merch. Now, isn't there a video? I thought there was a video of you dancing with a Hex t-shirt and you're going like this, something like that. I posted it the other day on the on Twitter. I used. I'm I'm trying to see the picture. The picture's very small, but yeah, I think it's Crypty Girl. Do you work for Mad Energy? Because I thought you went. You were Hexagon girl. Went to work for Mad Energy. I'm pretty sure. I'm pulling it all together now in my mind. Tomba says for sure. Stake TRH players need a big payback. The liquid guys doubled, but basically, says Tombos. And Torren's in the house there. Good to see Torren. Go Pulse X Win is in the house. Good to see Go Pulse X Win. And if you haven't used my link to that in the video description, you can go and trade something like 450,000 different tokens on the old Go Pulse X Win site as well. Links in the video description. Ivor says, guys, you're welcome to back one of my racehorses tomorrow. It's called the Caulfield Race 9 horse number 2. I wish I win. You're welcome. Put your winnings back into Pulse, says Ivor. Nice one there. There's a tip for the races tomorrow. I'm not sure where that is, but is it United States over? Let me know. Who else has jumped in here? Caulfield is in Melbourne, Australia. That makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Ivor, for that. A bit of horse. That's our first horse race tip, I think, of this channel. Let me jump through some of that. Hexavator says Detached Soul is up 15% 24 hours. Now, Detached Soul is a member of our community. He's got his own token, and that is up 15% in the last 24 hours. That's a little bit of a tidbit there. And TYCZ, as if amazed anyone believes that we had to rug before someone else does the BS. Well, no, it's not true with Jacob. Jacob's got a lot of street cred, not mine, so I don't agree with that comment. Pulse out. Pumpkin Owl says, hello, everybody. DCA for the win. Absolutely DCA for the win there. What else there? Some better news as I have a nice size stake ending today. Nice one, Bob. Congratulations to you. DCA for the win. Payday tomorrow. Nice one there, Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach crushes the DCA and, of course, diversification. Tron says, personally, PLS price makes me want to buy more, 100%. And Hexhog there, cool kids rock. They do indeed. It reminds me of that old movie, The Rock. What was it called? The Rock music with the kids. Can't remember the full details of that. We got Humberto. Yo, cheers, Superman and family. Cheers from sunny Dominican Republic. Good to see you, Humberto. Hey, we got another. We got the 10 Hex Token memberships given out by Archie. Joey's picked one up. Lal's picked one up. Donatello's picked one up. Hedgehog was gifted one. Hedgehog, you naughty Hedgehog. Benny G's got one. Team Money's got one. Simba Head's got one. And Carpro and Pulse Demic. So congratulations to all of you, plus KE as well. So congratulations, 10 memberships. Big shout out, of course, to Archie, one of our awesome community mods, and always dropping alpha in the chat there. In Discord, so definitely awesome stuff there. Clintron says g'day and morning to everybody. Good to see you, Clintrons. And I think that moves us on. So let's get back into it. And bam. Here we are. So we've got the top mover at the moment. And P-Dye is back. Back again, like the Backstreet Boys, is old P-Dye. Look at that, up 33%. P-Dye, you can't keep it down. You can't keep a good thing down. It won't die. Get it, won't die. Anyway, so P-Dye is doing pretty well. And yeah, we're still waiting to see whether it's going to break out to that 1 cent. But it's holding up here in this range. So who knows? It has a bit of work to do to get back over the 1/10 of a penny, which is up in this yellow line here. But hey, look, it's managed to do a nice little comeback at the moment. Can it continue on? Particularly when Pulse and that are not rising. That's really it got accelerated to downside when Pulse and that were rallying. But we will see. We will see. It's certainly got a strong Twitter following. What else is Atropa as well is up as well. So that's its best friend, Atropa. That is up 32%, and we can see that's up on the chart there too. A very different looking chart, of course. People are talking about arbitrage things and all that sort of stuff with the old magic carpet ride Atropa. Those are kind of the headlines there. We've got 8coin is up 11%, and that's pretty much the top three. Those are the top three that are really up at the moment. All right, let's go to what's Wrap Bitcoin at the moment. Wrap Bitcoin is around $46, so it's holding up all right too. The old Pulsechain price discoveries. Looking into the meme coins, these are for 9-inch decks. They have finally started to rally, and I've been talking to you guys about these, but it looks like they got the move on, and we can see that Pulse Dodge here, number 2, is up 30%. There's a small liquidity pools in these ones, but it's had a little pump today. Let's filter it by liquidity instead. We got Where Did the ETH Go is up 4%. Paul Pleb is up 22% on the biggest pool. Got 35k liquidity. I talked to you guys about this, right? And I said this is going to go up and away, and potentially it could go very, very high indeed, because it's going to get BBC incentive tokens on 9-inch decks as what single-sided staking is what we're expecting. So this is really, really cool. And then Pulse Dodge is the other one, right? So there's 3 of them: Pulse Dodge, Paul Pleb, and this has a bit of a rally too. Let's go to the daily chart. There's the daily chart as well. So Pulse Dodge also moving, and there we are. Thank you. You can thank me later. Thank me later. Up 26%, liquidity of 24k. So those are the 3, right? Where did the ETH go? Paul Pleb and Pulse Dodge. They're likely to get 9-inch support. 9-inch hasn't launched yet. As a $16 million sacrifice meme dex, and we're waiting for that to come into play. And so yeah, it's started to move after being down very, very low indeed. So we'll see what happens to that chart. That's pretty much the highlights there at the moment on memes. Let's jump over to our final category, Pulsechain projects, and this is where we're going to get into the project updates. We've got PLN, Pulse LN, which you can do, Lightning Network, Bitcoin, BNB, things like that. That is up 17%. That's good to see. And we've got Tetra is up 13%. Pulse Reflections, which is kind of one of those taxing tokens. You just hold it and you get paid from volatility. That is up 11% there. So those are the 3 top performers today. We've got some honorable mentions there with Kira, and Water Token is also up 5% as well, part of the TRH ecosystem. So that is pretty much it on the rises there on the Pulsechain projects. The rest of them are all pretty down with basically Pulsechain as well. The worst performer of the day is actually surprise, is actually B9, the Papa B one. That just got sold down just today in the coin there. But man, what happened to this big rally? That's what happens. We see this chart a lot in crypto. Get familiar with these kind of charts, because that's what you see that in crypto a lot. These are the Pulsechain projects too, so they actually have utility, and that's where they are at the moment. We're going to jump quickly before we get to that. I just want to go to quickly the stable coins. Stable coins at the moment is, the CST is currently at around 96 cents. Now, if you want to on-ramp directly to Pulsechain with fiat, I know Brian will post his referral code to the coast. You get 5,000 weight tokens, and so does Brian, and you get helping Brian get to number 2 on the leaderboard. He's number 3 at the moment, trying to get to number 2, just behind Crypto Coffee. No one's, there's very few people that could try and keep up with the Crypto Coffee on there. Maybe I can think of 1 or 2 names, but not many that could even have a chance. So getting number 2 is the prize spot, and CST at the moment is just below PEG at the moment, but of course arbitrage pegs it back over time. So we'll be looking for that. They're also about to launch a new pair on PHUX, the fork of balancer as well. So CST early days, but about to ramp up. We're waiting for big news for Coast, right? So that's a big thing we're going to talk about too. So that's kind of the highlights there. Let's get into the Pulsechain projects and get into some of the first update. Now, Mad Energy, you guys might not know Mad Energy, but Mad Energy is revolutionary technology. And of course, it's all about wireless electricity. And so basically you get rid of a lot of the infrastructure, you know, like your power poles and your high voltage cable lines, all that sort of stuff. You know, I mean, if you're in a modern city, you may have it underground. If you're in a sort of older infrastructure, you've still got the poles standing up and things like that. So these guys are all about bringing new technology to the markets. Particularly, looks like they're focused on Africa, the continent of Africa in particular. But they're also got, I think they got their demo in the United States there. Someone in our community lived nearby, I think. And so, yeah, that's coming where they basically just send out the electricity via a wave with the right frequency, and they have to maintain all that with a lot of computing power. So the project updates from there with the CEO. It's been a little while actually. And of course, they have got a video out at the moment. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole video, but they do cover probably the first half of the video. They cover the update in Africa with the presidents. They're dealing with countries, presidents, and they've got partnerships going from that. I think Zimbabwe is one of them. So they're doing a pretty good job there. Obviously, a couple of questions about when the next retail offering is out is also a big deal there as well. And of course, they've got the video here, so looking good. They've also got data centers and stuff like that, but it's really the wireless technology, which is what everyone's looking for, because that's the game changer, right? So this has always been alluded to, having wireless electricity, and imagine that it's going to be super cheap to roll out and potentially to 1 billion people. So it's a really big deal there. George Wentz and Steve Youngdale there, the people that are leading it, and very exciting there. They talk about updates include the LNG project they're doing also, so some of the older tech in Suriname and developments relationships in the continent of Africa. They talk about that and the importance of ADASine and a potential new wireless energy transmission technology, and that's really the game changer, right? If you were going to have your main product, that's really the wireless technology is the big deal there. So they go through a lot of that on the video. You can see they've got this quantum wave technology. So that is a couple of pictures of that with the video update. I'm just trying to get to where. Yeah, so quantum wave, and they've got pictures of that. And we looked at a video of this there about a week or two ago. We had a little look at this, and so yeah, it looks pretty exciting to be honest. And so they got a nice little update there, and well worth going through if you want to follow that. Now, obviously, they were looking to do some listings on Pulsechain, so we still haven't heard anything update about that. Maybe we'll get something around that. So I couldn't see anything in this video about Pulsechain update, about maybe retail offerings or this or that, but they have had those already in play. So hopefully we'll get some updates in the future about that too. So waiting on that one. Still got a lot of people want to invest, and so no surprise there. So definitely looking forward to that. We'll keep you updated on that when they get more Pulsechain related stuff, but definitely something to look out there. That's Mad Energy, and to get something like that, involved with Pulsechain, that is super amazing. It's frontier stuff in the real world that's going to potentially change energy as we know it, and of course that all the cost it's climate friendly, of course, and so that's pretty positive. All right, let's jump away from that. That is Mad Energy, really worth watching on that video. Now the other one is the Pulsechain Pepes. Now Pulsechain Pepes is in our community. He's one of our community members, and of course he's got multiple projects he's running, at least 2 that I know of, and of course one of them is Pulsechain Pepes, and of course quarterly Pulsechain drops by Pepe artists and people like you, 69 editions per card, when soon, and of course a Hex Diamond NFT ecosystem project. You guys, Hex Diamond is in the chat there, and of course in our Discord often as well, so well worth following. Hexspace-diamond.com, of course, is the website, and you can go to the website here. We're going to quickly open this. I've been meaning to talk about this for a little while. This is the website here, and you can check all the details out as well. They got these diamonds coming up, of course, kind of the first Genesis line there. And there are little secrets sometimes, I think, in some of these images. These are high resolution images too, and they're, I think, based on 1155 contracts, not 721s. And so they've got really, really intense stuff. And some of them have little secrets. If you zoom in on them, apparently they have little secrets in there as well. So you could see some stuff. So pretty cool. They got lots of cool things laying out. So that is the Space Diamond side of things. But Pulse Pepes is launched. And of course, you can see Pulse Pepes here. We are live on NFT on Pulse, one of our 4 NFT marketplaces open at the moment. And of course, that is a picture of the image there. I've used this one down here, King Pepe, as the thumbnail for today's video. But definitely looking good, that one. I really like that one. 2 more weeks. And of course, Richard Hart, Pulse Pepe there, sitting on his throne with the candelabra as well. Lots of coins as well. It's not a bad one on the throne. So I thought that was a pretty good picture there. They got other cool ones here. The greens to Pepes, Hex Pepe, Pulse Pepe, Pepe slippers. Were pretty scary, those slippers, to be honest. They got Bull and Bear Pepe, and then of course Pepe Diamond, which will be pretty popular as well. 69, 420, yeah, L Carbon. So lots of cool stuff there as well. And they are now on the market there on NFT on Pulse, which you can see here. So here's the collection here, and looking good. That's the collection there. They got some cheeky ones here, cheeky ones like this one here, Booty Tap Pepe. So it's a bit cheeky, no pun intended, of course. We've got a few other ones in here as well. That is the one that I've had on the thumbnail. So that's looks really, really good. 2 more weeks, so I really like that sort of stuff. So this is quite a different kind of collection that we've seen out so far. But hey, you just never know. There's a lot of fun things and some secret stuff going on here with this. We've got the greenest of Pepes, looking not too bad as well. Richard Hart looked pretty green in that one, I must say. So not too bad there. That is some of the stuff from Pulse Pepes. So I'm going to post the link to that if you want to check it all out with Pulse Pepes. And yeah, I thought I was going to get that too. Let's have a look here. We got Pulse Pepes. Check that out. That's from the Hex Diamond. So definitely check that out as well. Give them a follow as well. Show your support, and of course you can, I guess, make an offer of any of those as well. They've been, I think, given out to people. You can make offers if you like any of those. And there is a lot of gamification, I believe, with behind the Pulse Pepes and the Space Diamond. So you want to definitely ask the founder about what, if there's any gamification, because I think there is. Yeah, family channel with the cheeky one. Yeah. All right, so that is kind of cool. And you can read more details on that. Obviously, Hex Space Diamond has their other collections, so they're obviously doing multiple collections, but Hex Space Diamond is coming soon too. There's going to be 55 and 55 supply. The issue price on this one's going to be 155,000 Pulse, and small collections allowed to ecosystems, companion projects here, Pulse Pepes and Pulse On Chain, which is the other one. So they've got 3 from the looks of it under Hex Space Diamond, and of course they have these high resolution images, 1155s contracts, and you can zoom in on them as well. So they're pretty cool. So definitely worth checking that out. That is coming up, the Hex Space Diamond, and yeah, pretty awesome. So I'm going to post the link to that as well if you want to follow them on Hex Diamond also. Bam. Let me just jump that up there. That is the link there, the Hex Diamond NFT. He's one of our community members. You can talk to him in our Discord if you want to talk to him as well, if you want any more questions. How about that? You can even have audio chats in our Discord. Pretty cool. All right, so very exciting stuff happening in the space there. This is a bit more thought through to some of these NFTs from Hex Space Diamond. So some different stuff happening there. Now, the other one, of course, is PulseRate. We've been talking about this once or twice before. They've just introduced a new game. This is an ROI platform, so it's a higher risk return project, and but they have a lot more gamification coming into PulseRate. They've introduced a dice game where every roll brings the thrill of a chance. The roll of the dice for a shot at winning big with a potential multiplier of up to 19.4x. So that is pretty cool on the game. And this is PulseRate. This is, like I said, it's a more high risk ROI. They have yield farms and swapping and other mechanisms, but it's definitely they got the DeFi GameFi combination going off. It is a fork of Tomb if you ever played on Tomb, and this is PulseRate's been around for probably must be heading towards 2 months, must be getting pretty close, maybe 6 or 7 weeks, yeah. It's got the Prate token, the P-share token. Now they went really high in price. They've come down really low in price. That's sort of a function of these ROI games. Often you have a big boom out the front and then it comes down. But they do have some GameFi in there that you can play as well as the yield farm. So definitely a chance there if you like that sort of thing. That is definitely in the rate in the play as well. So I'm going to post a link to that if you want to check out PulseRate, some of the games. Name. That is the game there from PulseRate. They've got new games, dice out at the moment, and they've also got the lottery out as well. So there's a lottery there. You can check it out. So this is the actual game dice. You can impact your chances by taking on more risk with the dice game. But they also have they've got coin flip, they've got dice and lottery. So they've got 3 games now in their GameFi area. This is the GameFi. The rest of it is all DeFi, but higher risk DeFi if you think about it. That is kind of the play there. All right. What else? They use a DGN wallet when interacting with ROI platforms. It's generally, or if you don't know the security of the platform, but this one's been around for a while. But once again, use a DGN wallet as always. All right. That is pretty much it on PulseRate. We're going to talk about TRH though. And of course, let's bring up the charts for TRH. Let's go to our GameFi tab, and we can see that water is actually up today. So it's actually up 5%. Seed is down 1%. Plant is down 3%. Holy is down 4.8%. Burn is down 9.6%. And TRH, the main one, which has had the issue, is down 19% today. So a bit of a dip there, but still holding up pretty well actually at 0.0021. So just still over 0.2 of a penny at the moment. And of course, that started off there at 2600th of a penny. So it's actually holding up. That was that quarter of a penny. It's pretty much holding up there. But let's get into the talk of the town. Is that all the stakes disappeared? So you would have thought it was a traditional rug. Has it been rugged? Where's my stakes gone? This was up at about 87% staked. Remember that? 87%. I'm not sure. It would have been pretty close to that when it got pulled out. But it was not rugged by anybody. There was a contract issue with the staking for early in staking. And so that was the issue. We're going to talk about that now. We're going to go to the whiteboard and we're going to thank Archie for this. Archie's posted this in our Discord. If you want to get the full thread on it, the full updates, you can go into our Discord and go to what happened? I don't want to do that, and I don't want to write anything. We got incident report from Jacob. So Jacob is probably arguably one of the best devs, if not maybe even the best dev in the Pulsechain community. But people still have issues. People still have can always have issues with anything with coding. Unfortunately, today we noticed about suspicious activity around early in staking. So this was the issue here. Man, that was really bad. I got to do. How can I get rid of this eraser? Let's erase that. Yay! Look at that. How about that? All right. So early in staking. After investigating, we discovered a fatal exploit in the contract. This exploit allowed anyone to basically empty the entire staking contract with all tokens. Due to severity of the exploit, we made the difficult decision to exploit the contract ourselves before everyone else noticed. So that's the right thing to do. So we'll give that a tick. We successfully managed to extract. Hopefully they told the community about it though. I don't know. Were you on Telegram? Presumably that. We successfully managed to extract 687 million TRH from the staking contract, 100% of it. So that's good news. While doing this, the 55.55% early in-stake penalty was still enforced, basically burning over 50% of the entire stack. So not so great news, especially when you got 87% of the supply is staked, right? Something like that. So there it is. This trade, this became a race to get the tokens. And if we had chosen not to do it, someone else would have. And you don't want that because then you can't, it's not very easy to fix stuff up because they'll go and dump that down, right? There would have been a big red wick down here. And they would have dumped all that down. So that wouldn't have been cool. So that was the right thing to do, right? Because none of you want a big loss of value down here. So that was the right thing to do. This became a race to get the tokens. And if we had chosen, and they would have completely emptied the LP. That is true. Now we have control of the majority of the tokens, and we have a complete snapshot of all owners. So you're all in safe hands. They've got a snapshot of all token owners. So if you're playing this game, that is you, and you had it staked, then they've got a snapshot. So you're in good hands. Just be patient with the solution is probably what we'd say. This gives us a chance to save a very difficult situation. Whoever found this bug didn't seem to understand what they had actually found, so we're lucky with that one. And they did not manage to exploit in any serious way before we noticed and took over. So these are the results. Extracted totals of 654 million. Liquid totals tokens burned through the EES is 289. The burn tokens, tokens returned. Sorry, liquid tokens returned 289. That's what you got back, and 364 million were burned to the EES, 55%. This was a human error by the best coder on our team. It doesn't matter how good you are, how ordered you are, or how many people you have. I'm really sorry about this, and the team and I are actively working on a plan to move forward. So that is the update there that they had on that. I believe it was earlier today. Now, Jacob then gave a tentative solution to that. We will redeploy the staking contract with a few update features. That was the initial idea here. All affected stakers will get their tokens back, minus 55%. So that was the drama there. This 55%, that was an issue. All tokens will be pre-staked into the new staking contract. So this is normally what you would do, right? You'd probably just do a new staking contract because it's isolated. The staking contract's isolated from the rest of the GameFi. Remember, the GameFi is all this other stuff here, the burning and plant, seed, all the rest of the GameFi there. All stakes will have an RNG stake length to spread the liquidity release. This means you might get a 1 day stake or 55-day stake. This would have probably been a little bit controversial, this part here. All affected stakers will get a free allocation into the TYC lobby, and that was also controversial too. Some people may want to participate or not participate. And of course, they had a few notes there. Because of this, we can now improve the staking airdrop system, which is good. That is a good outcome, regardless of what they end up with the final solution. This means we will now directly incorporate the airdrop tokens into the staking contract, and meaning that when you stake TRH, you get a ton of tokens from the contract as part of the transactions. So no airdrop will ever be delayed or missed again. Also, we are improving some other aspects of the staking contract to enable more interesting features in the coming V4 update. I won't call this a blessing in disguise, but it was damn close. So they're lucky to save the day by doing their own self-exploit and can make a solution to hopefully make everyone pretty close to whole on that issue. Now, that is where feedback was given. And of course, you can find the feedback given by Archie, one of our community moderators, about that. And in particular, that was, where's it gone here? Who's been chatting in here? Someone's been chatting their hearts out in the old chat. It's all the way back up here. But Archie has proposed an alternative. I won't go into that alternative, but Archie's proposed one in the Discord. You can find that in the Discord. And it is posted by Archie, and that got a lot of support. So you can check that out. That's quite a long update, so I won't talk about that now. But definitely that one got popular support, and so hopefully there'll be another revised solution coming up to make people as whole as possible, and bestly, I guess, related to what they originally had. The closer they can get to that in terms of value, the better. All right, so that's kind of cool. You can see that in the Discord under PC Other Token Chat, and of course you can find Archie's comments in the chat about that. He is on top of this big time, so big shout out to Archie. All right, so that is it, and yeah, you can join the Discord there, and those are the links if you're on Superman Crypto or on Hex Token channel. Join the links there. What else we got here? We got a couple of more comments. Let's see what we're up to here. Thanks for the coverage, Shootman Z6 Space Diamond. Are you most welcome? I will probably do some more updates on that in the future too. What else? Let me jump over the top here. So that is the update on there. So we will keep you abreast of that, see how it goes with what their final solution is. But in any case, your TRH is still in good hands. So nothing to worry about there at this stage. All right. We're going to get Hex Day stats soon. What day are we on at the moment? I think we're on the right time frame. 1369, 1368. So it looks like we're the results out for the end of August. Can you believe it? So that's kind of cool. And I think we've got the day 111, haven't we, for Pulsechain? Yeah, day 111. I think we're wrapping up that. So we'll talk about that. Is that out too? Yeah, it is. So we've got Hex Day stats talking out. But before we do that, let's get back into the chat there. We're 51 minutes on the hour. Looking pretty good. Who else has jumped in here? Yeah, we got up to that comment. We got Jenna in the house there. Good morning, everybody. Good to see Jenna. And who else has jumped in there? Clintrons, g'day, and good morning, crew from Clintrons. Jumping through some of that. Randy Alaski in Toronto. Yeah, I did see that image actually of Toronto. He was he up on the CNN tower and then went to a big game or something? I did see that. There is Brian's link there. If you want a fiat on ramp directly fiat to Pulsechain through the CST stablecoin, you can use Brian's referral link there. You get 5,000 weight tokens for doing so, and also Brian does as well. So it's a win-win there. Check my pulse. There's a small DGM play in PDI. Had a double watched it drop. I'm still holding, waiting for good pump into DCA and RX ecosystem. Check my pulse. Yeah, nice play. Good to see it bounce back there too. Let me just jump through these. Jump through all those comments. We got Crypto Bodega in the house there. Yes, sir. Hey, good to see you, Crypto Bodega. Let me jump through that. I'm not sure there's some issue there somebody's having. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll move forward. What else has jumped in there? Pudding Guru says, hello from the golf course. Smash up the likes. Definitely smash the likes. We are on the doorstep of uncharted financial territory, and we have the advantage of many technological, smart, early people. The word is our oyster. Absolutely. Well said. Ramon says, yes, they posted the activity in the Telegram. I was staked. Glad they're trustworthy. I think this is bullish for the project. I'm buying more, says Ramon. Nice one there on TYRH. I guess you're talking about there. What else? They will be sorting it out. I'm sure it won't be an issue there. Nothing about the Twitter on Twitter about this instance. Yeah, one thing about Twitter, I agree with you. I wish they would update Twitter as well as Telegram, but they tend to just update Twitter all the time. Update Telegram with their updates and not Twitter. I agree with you. I'd like to see it on Twitter too. So I'm not sure if Jacob ever watches this, but maybe something feedback that Archie could give is to give updates on Twitter, not just Telegram, because I'm not on Telegram myself. So I agree. All right, so it's up to us. How far can we go? Ads, community onboarding. I'm not sure what it's about. Check my pulse. What else there? Discord is great for extra info, says Craig. Yeah, Discord's great. It's a place for the community. It's pretty free to run. As long as people, the only thing I generally, we do two things that generally in the Discord. We get rid of scammers or spammers. And the other thing is just getting people to put the comments in the right chat groups. So those are the only two things we generally do. Otherwise, everybody's pretty free to do most things. There are pinned rules to the general chat to keep it orderly, but apart from that, it's a pretty great place to be. Wookie is off to golf soon too. Nice one, Wookie. I hope you get a hole in one there. And Moonshot says, loving my P-Trip. Yes, a P-Trip is another GameFi on Pulsechain, of course, a big protocol that was on BNB chain is on Pulsechain now because we're getting them all. All right, let's go into the final order of the day, the Hex payout. Hex.com, folks, check it out. You can buy Hex on Pulsechain or Hex on Ethereum, and you can swap it for T-shares. You burn your Hex, swap it for T-shares, and start mining Hex. Sweet Hex there. A mining CD, the ultimate mining CD on the Pulsechain, on blockchain altogether, actually. So let's get onto it. We've got, obviously, the Hex on Ethereum, day 1368, the 31st of August, at the end of the month. We got a price at 00380, so down 3% from yesterday. We had 4 up days and we've had 2 down days there in terms of the price. The payout per T-share, this is the number that we really care about. Payout per T-share is 6.615 Hex per T-share, and pretty similar to yesterday's 6.625. Share rate up a little bit there, 4.7. We're up to 29,138. So as the share rate goes up, you need basically more Hex to get the same amount of T-shares. That's the idea. So earlier pays better as well. And it prevents short-term miners from getting a better reward than long-term miners. So that's going up all the time. We got the average mining length is 7.11 years on Ethereum, 39% APY on existing T-share holders. We've got 204 million Hex in the pool, 210,000 US dollars and 56 ETH in the pool. The T-shares in the ownership pool of Hex, so there's a reward pool and an ownership pool. And the ownership pool is T-shares, which stands for trillions of shares. There are 3,127 of those decreased, so we're down to 9,833,000 T-shares in the ownership pool, and they share the rewards right every day. So that's kind of changes around. 9.31% of all Hex is locked on the old Ethereum, and we've had a pretty modest day in penalties, 560,000 in penalties. They get added to the reward pool. This is the reward pool, the payout, and it gets allocated to T-share holders in the ownership pool. How about that? It's pretty cool. That's how simple Hex really is. It's an ownership pool and a reward pool. That's it. And you get rewards, Hex per T-share. That's pretty much it. Change in current holders up 14. And of course, miners down 11. We're at 120,282 miners in the ownership pool there. So not bad. Right, let's go to Pulsechain. Hex on Pulsechain, it's day 111 and 31st of August there. We've got the price there at just over 0.8 of a penny, which is pretty good. Down 6.8% at the moment, 4 up days, 2 down days. The payout per T-share, 6.57, so down from yesterday's 6.7, but still pretty handsome. We got the T-share rate increase 5.5 to 29,139, and the average mining length is shorter on Pulsechain than on Ethereum. We're at 7.02 years, and the APY there 38.4%. The ownership pool is down 1,900 T-shares, down to 9,863,000. Wow, we're just slowly going down. The ownership pool is getting more rare, more scarce with the amount of T-shares in there. It's pretty cool. Your payouts are going up and away. We got 9.48% of all hexes locked on the Pulsechain side. We had very small penalties after yesterday's pretty big ones. We had 2.7 million yesterday. We only got 168,000 in penalties, and that is the reward pool there, 64, just under 65 million hex. We've had 0 increase in liquid holders, but we've had 11 increase in miners on the old Pulsechain, and we're at 123,978, which is pretty. How does that compare? 120,282, and so we've got almost 3,750 more miners in the old Pulsechain. So that is starting to separate like this. So that's kind of cool. That's the Hex Daily Stats, folks. We're now on day 1,369 on the ETH chain, and day 112 will be starting on the old Pulsechain. Pulse gains. That is pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage today. The Hex holding up at 1.2 cents. We got Pulsechain on a new candle, brand new candle, green candle, 3821. Let's hope it holds this 3,800. Very important to hold that in my view. Hopefully we don't come down to this 3,500 mark because we're really wanting to. That's still a higher low, but the higher the low, the better. If we hit bounce off this resistance. Let's see how we go there. That was our previous breakouts. That's why I've still got that sitting there. So let's see how we get on there. We've got PulseX at the moment at quadruple 0168, and we've got PHEX at 8300th of a penny, and we've got EHEX at the moment at 3800th of a penny there at the moment. So that is where we are at the moment. All right, I'll leave it on the old Pulsechain there. We're 1 hour on the live stream, so that's pretty good. Well done, everybody. we got a nice little update there, and we're waiting for all the big protocols are still ahead of us. And the trigger for that will be the Fetch Oracle. So excited to see when that comes out. That will be the talk of the town when the Fetch Oracle. It is key infrastructure. It's a bit like having Coast as a fiat on-ramp, off-ramp. It's pretty cool like that. And speaking of Coast, of course, we know that there's going to be imminent updates for Coast coming out. So that is the big. We'll be covering that tomorrow. But Coast is about to unleash phase 2 of the fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, and more countries and more features. So I look forward to that, and it's going to be a good way of buying Pulse that way too. They're going to have a swap feature from the looks of it, where you'll be able to buy swap Pulse directly on their platform for Coast. So that's going to be really, really exciting. All right. Tomorrow will be fun. I'm talking about that. Pudding Guru says, happy belated birthday the other day, Brian. And that's Sandy Beach's fitness update. So if you like health and fitness, definitely get up to that. You guys know that after the live stream, I'm going to be going for my walk day number 41. So I do encourage you to get out there and get your health and fitness up to scratch. Yeah, I'm doing it. And with Sandy's leading the way. Sandy's inspired us all. Definitely very, very cool. John H says, you're so optimistic, mate. You deserve big gains. It hasn't been great the last 2 years. Only downside, and here we still are. That's right. Consistency is key, John. Going through the bear market and into the bull. That's what we're going to be live streaming. So we're live streaming at least until the next bull market. And I'm just kidding. We'll be going on even past that. But good times for us all. On the rewind says Hex enthusiast. Hey, good to see you and enjoy the replay. We have the replay crowd coming later on. It's going to be a lot of fun. Adam says we're 9% down from the launch pump. DCA now or regret later, says Adam. Some wise words there. All right, appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's play out some cool music on the way. As you guys know, I'm going to be on doing my walk straight afterwards, day 41. And so that's going to be really, really fun to do. It is sunny outside. Hopefully I don't get too hot as we just ended winter. We ended winter and now we're into, what do we say, spring? Is it spring? I think it is. Hopefully I'm right on that. All right, take care, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll see you in Discord. It is the links in the one of the moderators will post the link. You can join us up and get in there and start chatting away. We have a great community in there, man. It's the best of the best. All right, take care. Bye for now.
In my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.